Question 2. Describe fully the single transformation that maps shape P onto shape Q. So, as we look at this, we can definitely rule out translation because these shapes do not look like one another. Q is not bigger or smaller than P, so it's not enlargement. And I'm just about to prove just now why it's not rotation. So for example, if I highlight this shape here and I start to rotate it, it will never look like Q. So for example, when it's upside down, notice that that shape is not the same as this, so it's not a rotation, which means it must be a reflection. Now, as a reflection, the shape that you started with and the shape that it's been reflected to form what I would like to describe as a pair of eyes. So if you rotate the page or you rotate the screen, you tilt your head, you're basically looking for where the middle of the face would be. So this dashed line is going to be in the middle of a face where these two are eyes, and just to highlight it, put a nose and a smiley face. And if you look at it, you should see a pair of eyes here, no matter what complicated shape you end up with. So we have a reflection, which is for the first mark. What we need to do now is quote what the equation of that line is that I've drawn. It is a horizontal line, which means it will have equation y equals something. And in this case, every single point on this line has a y coordinate of 1. So y equals 1 is that equation, which is what we put in here in order to get the second mark. Done. Part B. On the previous grid, enlarge shape P with a scale factor of 3 and center O. So I'm just going to erase what I've done from part A. We are going to be using the center at the origin, so this is going to be our center of enlargement, and our scale factor 3 means that the new shape we end up with needs to be 3 times as big as this shape P here. So for enlargement, from the center, we identify how far up and down and how far across we go to get to corners of this shape. So for example, there's a green corner here and a blue corner there. In order to get from this red center of enlargement point to the green corner here, I'm simply going 2 down. Now, for our new shape, because it's going to be 3 times as big, not only is the shape going to be 3 times as big, but this jump of 2 is going to be 3 times as big. So what we end up with is a jump that will be 6 times as big. So our new coordinate, our new green point, is going to be down here. For the blue one, we have gone 3 across and we've gone 1 down. So when we want to draw our shape that's 3 times as big, we need to make these jumps 3 times as big. So instead of going 3 across, we're going to go 9 across. And instead of 1 down, we're going to go 3 down. So our, too far. So our new point is going to end up here. Now technically, we have everything that we need now. We can just redraw this shape 3 times as big, and as long as we keep all the proportions correct and we have the green corner and the blue corner matching, we're good to go. So that's actually what I'm going to do just now. We have our 2 along the bottom here is now going to be a 6 along the bottom. We have our 2 along the top here, which is also going to be a 6, except we start from the blue point and go across like so. And then these diagonals here, we technically go 1 up and 1 across like so. So we're going to be 3 up and 3 across, which hopefully you can notice is going to be this. And then same goes with the other one. It's going to be 3 up and 3 across like so. Another way that you can kind of prove this, and what you would probably have done when you're able to draw in it, is you have these rays that you can draw from your center of enlargement that will go through each of these corners, and if we extend it, we'll go through our corner like so. And same if I go down here, this ray is going to go through both of those. And this also applies to other corners in the shape. So for example, this top left one, when I draw this ray, it's going to go through both like so. And then the bottom right corner will also, it'll end up being the same ray, will go through. So I know without a shadow of a doubt that this shape here is our correct answer. Lastly, on the grid above, rotate this shape R 90 degrees anti-clockwise with a center of 0, 1. So the center is going to be here like so, and we're going to rotate this shape 90 degrees anti-clockwise, so round in that direction there. If we have tracing paper, we can obviously trace this entire page, that point and that shape. We put our pencil down on the point and we then rotate round to see where the shape ends up. Another way that we can do this without tracing paper is pick a corner on the shape, it doesn't matter which corner, and you can do this for more than one, and then connect these two in what I would describe as an L shape. So for example, this here, you can do this with a straight line as well, but I think the L shape's easier to kind of count. We have this 1 and this 2 as far as that L shape's concerned. And when we're going to rotate this 90 degrees, we're basically going to rotate this L shape 90 degrees. So this L shape like that, when we rotate it, is going to end up looking like that. And when we draw that here, we're going to be 1 up, we're going to be 2 across, and that green corner of the shape is now here. If I erase all this blue stuff in L, I'm going to do this with another part. An easier corner actually to do would have been this one, because our L shape is actually an I shape. If I go up 3, like so, when I rotate that 90 degrees, I'm going to, anti-clockwise, I'm going to end up being 3 to the left. So that corner is going to end up here. And just to show how it can actually work with a straight line connecting it, this point here, if I draw our center of enlargement like so to create that, when I rotate that 90 degrees anti-clockwise, I should end up with a right angle when I shoot up like this, and it's going to end up taking me to there. That's where the new corner is going to be. And from there, or you can even do this after the first corner that you've done, we just need to actually draw our new parallelogram, which is going to be something like this. And that is our new shape, rotated anti-clockwise by 90 degrees with a center of 0, 1. Done.